Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel, Hazel Anaka Design. This is a thrift haul video, and I am using the hashtag Thrifty Canucks, hosted by Kim Newberg. Thrifted Treasures, hosted by Dale at Not So Shabby Chic, and Thrifty Thursday by Sheree at Turquoise Dreaming. So if you like this sort of content, there are dozens of channels taking part and plenty to see. Now, because I'm in the process of packing up Christmas, I wanted to get this done so that I could add these things to the stuff that I'm putting away. So this is just a couple of graphic 45 Christmas papers. The way this was packaged in the box, mind you, I probably didn't look that carefully at it either. Pretty clear that there are a couple of holes. It doesn't matter though. It is, I think, quite often I'm making stuff from scratch. So I don't think it's cheating to every so often use something like this that's ready-made and beautiful and it's on its own. Anyway, so let's carry on here because there's a fair bit to go through. Then there's this. I liked this. This is also graphic 45. I think the price tag, oh yeah, scraps. And when they say scraps, it means scraps. But I just love the images that I saw. Now, I don't know what the person was doing. I did obviously go through some of this. Like, what could possibly have been so important to chop out of the middle of that and leave that girl headless or torso-less? So, I don't know. But clearly there is lots to use here. Love those little kids. Love the classroom theme. So, but obviously this is a bit of a dog's breakfast as it is. So a person will need to go through and sort this and reconcile what there is to actually use here. Okay, what else? Maybe I should show you. Oh, so that was out of a thrift store. I also have a couple of auction lot items here. Now, I don't have any intention of doing an Egyptian themed whatchamacallit, project. However, this was part of the lot, and I imagine this is actually papyrus paper. So, because I do love copper, I'm sure that I can find a way to use this either in a master board or something. Oh, poor guy needs a nose job. But the rest of the lot included things like this. I don't have a big enough ruler here, but you can see that is, based on my forearm. It is nice and tall. This is Crossstitch, and it's on on a really soft, fairly open weave design. So I'm not sure exactly how I will use that, but again, it's one of those things. This estate sale must have, I don't know what nationality these people were. I don't, again, I don't know. July 1969. And I guess that says God, but so I can't quite figure this out. It looks like a winter scene to me. It looks like a church or a cemetery, churchyard. I don't know, but I think that, again, strategically used, it would be fine for something. This is a cute little, it looks like hard anger, but I'm sure it's probably machine done. This is lovely. It's like a sort of, I don't know, too short to be a dress or scarf, so I don't know, a little short table runner or just a decorative thing. It too is cross-stitch. This fabric is much finer though, and it just smacks of spring with crocuses and daffodils. And this is all still the same lot. Jingle Jingle. Again, so I guess, I don't know if this wind, 1968, this is really heavy, top and bottom. It's got this brass hardware here, which a person could easily remove those stitches and reuse this for, you know, something else. Clearly I can't get the whole thing into shot, but maybe let's look at it this way. So there's grain and foliage, whatchamacallit, horseshoe, a windmill, a scythe, a stool, a copper kettle, a one-gang plow, a stein of some kind, a rake, a rustic rake, lantern, a poppy, a basket, I don't know, those are probably clogs, and like a black kettle and some sort of a building. This is really heavy. The linen is beautiful, you know, well put together. I guess that a person could, because there's space between these different elements, you know, turn them into something smaller. So again, that's one of those things. When you buy a lot, you get the lot. This is definitely, I would say, Christmas with the angels and the snowflakes. And again, I don't know what it means. Really cute though, and again, just taking out a few stitches would get it off this hanging, this hardware here. And this maybe is the only thing that is ready to hang, ready to use, and oh so cute. So I love that little thing. Okay, don't even remember where I got this. I think I got this at a thrift store. And again, I'm a sucker for Norman Rockwell. And I think everyone is familiar with him, his style of illustration. This book is great. If a person chose to, you know, cut it up and use it for Christmas projects. Oh, what's this? Oh, just a fold out. But, you know, music and little things to fussy cut and full page illustrations and recipes and those cute little Santas in his one piece long john set. I used to have a print of this and I had it framed. It was hung on my wall for years and years and years. And boy, shouldn't this almost be required, each according to the dictates of his own conscience. And clearly these people are multi-ethnic and in the process of either contemplation or prayer, or so. Seems to me we need reminders every so often. Okay, where am I going to put this? Oh, I'll put it beside me on the floor. This was an auction lot. Oops. I just want to see what, yeah, okay, my frame is still fine. So this, no, I didn't count them, but it said 40 plus, you know, craft and needlework books. I mean, most of them are pamphlets. This is a hardcover. Lots and lots of tables in here. I just had a brief look through some of these. This, I believe, is the oldest. I couldn't find a year on it, but you can just tell by this. Oh, all the Scotch tape that fell off, I, of course, have saved. You can just probably hear how brittle it is. Oh, maybe this is just... Oh, I missed some tape. Maybe this is just leaflet. Maybe it never was a booklet. This is sheer gold, people. So, yeah, I was a bit confused. Maybe, I don't know if this was a cover or if it is the leaflet by... Oh, no, it says continue on page 13. So it is the cover, and maybe this... Oh, yes, I guess this is the contents right here, because it's got the matching tape marks. So the thing that's interesting about this is that it's sort of a maroon colored ink, which is pretty cool. I didn't see this page before. Yeah, it's funny. I couldn't find a date on here, but you can just tell that, I don't know, what is that, the 40s maybe? So there's that. And then this was, I guess, just a, I don't know, part of a, this was tucked in the cover, as you saw. Again, no idea what that came from. Two different publishers, whatever. I'm not obviously going to flip through all of these, but there's baby project books. I was mesmerized by, like, I don't know what kind of skill set you would need to be able to do something like that with all those color changes. There was another one, I think. Oh, there are two of those. More baby stuff. This is a whole book on these sorts of knits. This is kind of old. Where is, oh, maybe this is one I should take to heart. I think maybe life's too short for that. Oh, can you imagine doing this pattern? I can't. Woodward's is a store that is long defunct. Here's another oldie. Don't think I found a date in this either. Oh, 1948. Isn't he looking dapper with his book, his tie, his pipe? Oh, this one too. How do you do that? Or this. Ay, ay, ay. Oi, oi, oi. Anyway, you've seen enough. So a whole slug of these, so don't be surprised if you see some of these either being listed or, you know, deconstructed and pages going into bundles or Happy Mail or whatever. I'll just set that there. Let me pull this in. This represents two $2 bundles of fabric. I didn't really go through it to any degree. I haven't washed any of it. I haven't sorted it by color. Now, oh, here's some cuff. These, you know, are kind of, I don't know, I guess this would be good for a masculine project or a cozy winter one or whatever. Clearly, a person would need to reconcile some of this and create some colorways here that makes some sense, because right now it's just an odd lot. This is cute. At first I thought, oh, this is all Australian with the kangaroo and the, I thought I saw a platypus. But, you know, there are also hedgehogs and emus, so who knows what's going on here. This feels very retro. This is just a cute little dainty print. Those are colors that I don't think really occur in nature. Toile, a small piece of toile. So who doesn't love toile? And especially if it is in my colors. I may have a chunk of this. Again, this should be with the browns, perhaps. This is a small floral. This is just a little fun piece of something. This feels retro again. This is like, it might even be wool. It's a herringbone. But because I like orange and rust and that sort of color, I can probably use that. This is quite the dainty little old-timey print. One thing that I would like to ask viewers, and since several of you are Americans that watch regularly, can someone explain to me what feed sacks are, or feed sack fabric? I see that, you know, people talk about it and sometimes, you know, have digitals made out of it. Feed sacks that I'm used to would be, you know, like gunny sack material, or, you know, actual feed sacks that, you know, they weren't decorative in any way. They actually held grain and so on for animals. So I don't know what, I can't get my head around that. This is pretty heavy duty. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's a placemat. So that could be two covers, two built-in covers right there. This is rather a cute print. Lots of odds and ends here. And then this feels, not feels, the pattern just looks so retro to me. I have nothing to base that on other than a gut feeling. So, who knows? Okay, let me reach for this stuff here. This was an auction lot as well. I should tell you, because you're going to see these different things appearing. I have a lot of sheets of matte board, picture matte board, because of course we used to do custom framing in our shop. I also have a mat cutter, both the rectangular, like for straight cuts, as well as circles and ovals. I should probably try selling that again. Anyway, this stuff here is what we used to call MacTac back in the day. I guess it's contact paper, and of course the dollar stores sell it. I like this print, and this morning my husband helped me, and we finally, you know, cut down a mat board into manageable sized pieces and covered them with the different designs of this stuff I have. And I don't know, I guess somehow we didn't get the bubbles out of this one. The beauty of it is that it's a nice neutral backdrop. It wipes clean. It's repositionable. It's affordable. And it's probably nicer to look at than, you know, a green cutting mat. Anyway, all of this was an auction lot item. And again, I'm certainly not going to show you it all, but I haven't, you know, other than the, excuse me, other than the odd card that I may have come across, I've never seen a bunch of things like this. Some of them, well, I could say most of them are used, but there are several that are unused. And of course, there's some odd Christmas cards worked in, so I should be separating those, Christmas or winter. These particular ones are from the Foot and Mouth Artists group, because, you know, it's got that linen-y feel. So, wedding cards, and I think the description said that these were from the 50s and 60s. I have no way, I shouldn't say. In some of them, I think people actually put the date, but I'll just quickly fly through them. But, you know, they're just so charming. Look at this fancy dancy one. Love Dorothy. And this one kind of has some kind of a little embossed thing underneath. Oh, this is a birthday one. This is kind of a strange one. Oh, it's just a postcard and no date on it. Oh, here's Christmas. Christmas, 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 Christmas. And these, again, are, you know, you can just tell that they're old. Orchids seem to be a big thing back in the day. Now, Wedding Wish. Oh, it's not an invitation, it is a card. Murray, you can see, he was a man of few words. This I thought was interesting. Now, I'd be very curious to know what these people gave, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people chipped in for something. Whenever we've had something like that, you know, either a wedding or a shower or whatever, usually it was custom for the matron of honor or somebody, you know, some responsible person to sort of be the secretary. And you kind of discreetly write, you know, somewhere over here, you know, what these 10 people gave. Oh, they gave blankets. Please keep these blankets in mothballs the first 3 months when not in use. Won't those smell lovely to nestle your nose into? Mothballs, my goodness. And then, okay, these are ones that would have been provided by a funeral home. And there are envelopes. I just didn't think you needed to see envelopes. So these are probably the size of an index card. 5 by 3. So clearly those are, it's nice paper. It's got a nice feel to it. Clearly these are ready to be, cover that up and you've got something ready to use. And then these are just so sweet. Look at this little one here. And again, most of them are this style. And of course there are, you know, duplicates too, I'm sure, because there aren't that many. Here's another cute one. Look at that bride. So yeah, I was pretty tickled to get these. Now I just have to make sure that I use them. Oh, don't mix it in with Christmas. I should put that with Norman Rockwell. Okay, so then I have, oh, I do have more. This part here was a antique mall purchase. So to be honest, I just, 1942. Look at that meringue pie, lemon meringue pie. And unlike those of you who actually cook, I don't look at these recipes thinking, oh, I gotta try that. No. So this is, I thought this was interesting. This county is kind of just butts up against the county that I live in. So we're practically neighbors. An appetizer book. Okay, why would we put the date on? People. people. This one has those sorts of monochromatic illustrations, so those are cute. And I suspect, I'm not going to pull my ruler, but I suspect that these would be a perfect size for a journal, or very close to it. The Art of Making Sandwiches. Oh, 1959. So that's cool. And this was also when the province funded home economists and district agriculturists, and most counties, or probably every county, had their own 2 staff positions, and they did all this outreach and consultation and advice. This is a Blue Flame Kitchen recipe book, and it says 1987. Ooh, that's large print. But again, interesting. There's some a few black and white illustrations. So I guess I'll put this with Christmas as well. Okie dokie. Let me move this out of the way, these books. This I've never, now I'm into little golden books. So I thought this was very cute. Dr. Dan, the Bandage Man. Sounds like something I could get behind. Something was obviously removed there. 1950. So, very sweet illustrations. Do you know a single man that looks good in pleated pants? No, I don't. That's not a fashion statement that should have ever been created or ever returned, because it doesn't flatter anyway. The Little Book. Now this one, oh no, this isn't in bad shape either. Well, who knows what year this is, but again, cute illustrations. Distinct enough that they could be fussy cut quite easily. So I thought that was sweet. And since the book is not in great shape as it is, it makes sense to do that. This, I don't need index cards, but it was 99 cents. And so, is this one index card? These even have a little heft to them. So that's about what you pay for. Well, you used to be able to get 100 index cards for. Plus, of course, now I also have this little silicone pouch. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. This I thought was really cute. It's a fabric covered box. And of course, goofy people that put price tags where it can do damage. So I just thought these were really cute. I don't have a pencil collection as such, but you can see that these were just ordinary pencils that papers were wrapped around, and they feel almost like cloth. And then there's a fancy dancy eraser, and of course I would be reusing the box. Look, I can make my own divider. So I don't know, maybe these are fun to throw into Happy Mail as well. Anyway, I've got a weakness for little boxes, let's just say. And The Christmas Bear. So nice big pages. I thought that there were a lot of really detailed illustrations that even if you cut the text off, like, or this, these things are practically perfect for, repurposing into a journal. So let's just see for the heck of it. Is this 12 by 12? 12 by 10.5, so pretty big. Okay, we will speed along here. I'm kind of a sucker for stencils. Now this is from Lee Valley, and if you know them at all, their things tend to be fairly pricey, but They're usually very well made, and they're unique. Sometimes they sell stuff that you can't get elsewhere. So this is essentially a stencil for doing a landscape design. So you've got a walkway, a brick pattern, you know, well, clearly we don't have palm trees in Canada, but shrubs of different sizes, a hedge, a fence. So again, you know, whether a person uses that for an actual garden design, maybe not, but interesting shapes to use as a real, just as a stencil. Butterfly stamps, never been used. This was a really beat up box of these flashcards, but they're quite nice. They're different. They have one corner notched out, so that must tell you, I guess, which way to face the cards or something. And they're I want to say semi-gloss, but that's a paint term. I don't think it'll be a problem adhering things to them, is basically what I'm trying to say there. They're not ultra glossy. Just a bunch of odds and ends. Now this is old. You can tell by the packaging. It says glitter trims. I guess they're essentially sequins. And look at, oh, 1977, so it is old. So this would have been, I guess, for embellishing, so you could do an ornament on there or something. So this will go with the Christmas stuff as well. These are little tag embellishments, so these would be cute if a person was putting together some dangles or so on. Because, of course, the eyelet is already in there. You've got a nice elongated shape. Just add a couple other items that are wider or shorter, and you've got yourself some cute little dangles. And this cost 50 cents. Now this was sealed. Oh, I did go ahead and try to open all the packages to save time and to avoid rustling. So I'm pretty sure that there's a black and white journal or a project of some kind in my future. I didn't realize this was all here because of the way it was packaged. And then this, let me see. Oh, look at that. It comes, won't that be cute, like for page edging or, so I thought that was pretty neat. I bought this just because I have a game, I think it's called High Q? Same design. And I have to say, if you're worried about your brain function, and shouldn't we all be, puzzles and things like this are a great way to keep those synapses growing. So essentially, you've got these pegs. There's always one too few, and the idea is to jump over each other. And the fewer you're left with, the better. So I don't know that there's no description on this. You can tell it's old because the color changed. Anyway, the book that the game that I have tells you, oh, if you're left with 5, then, you know, like you need help or whatever. And I think if you're left with only 1, well, just call you Albert Einstein. Why does this air bubble keep appearing here? This was in a plastic bag, and there's just something nostalgic about this. And when I opened it a couple of minutes ago, It does need washing, but it doesn't, obviously, it's not greasy with ointment, so I thought that was a bonus. Just one of those things that triggers memories from one's youth. These are some Christmas coasters, obviously, and they are the plasticky ones. I have a video that I did, it's in a playlist somewhere, about turning coasters, and I was using those beautiful watercolor looking birds into journal toppers, and they were gorgeous, so I was pretty happy to get these. Oh, 1996. 50 cents for 6 of them. This is Lewis Craft, and of course, I don't think they're in business and haven't been for a long time. It's these little mirror fragments. You may remember that this summer I was doing, these are like, whatchamacallit, bling, but these are mirror pieces. Those are very tiny. I made some beaded and mirrored things to hang from the trees in our newly landscaped yard. So I saw the mirror pieces and I thought, yeah, I can use that. I did not pay $2.99. I paid 75 cents for precious. This, I'll save this. This goes in the garbage. In my Etsy shop, I have collections of wine labels. So I'm usually on the lookout for those so I can either put together a new bundle or enlarge the existing one or something. So that is good for anyone thinking of a themed wine journal. This, I think I counted 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. These are plastic coasters. Now, I happen to like orange and purple. So, I don't know if I'll just use them as coasters here in the office studio, or if I'll come up with some other idea for them. But, clearly that I thought was a good deal and kind of right up my alley. Almost done here, guys. This is one of those little tins with the clear cover, which is good because you can see what's in there. Those are just push pins. And of course, if you have the magnetic thing, this one doesn't have a magnet on it, so you'd need a magnetic board to stick it onto. This I thought was cute because it looks like a little piece of luggage. However, the cover comes right off, and there's this, something must have been in here. So, again, this could be storage, although this seems upside down. And of course, there's the Amazon swoosh on there. So, I would want it that way. I don't know. We'll see. I'll put some little trinkets in there. This, 50 cents, this teeny tiny little die. I'll add him to my other little bird dies. I thought was pretty cute. This, I'm not sure what, I should show you this. These are little wooden angels. And because this color would go with that teal colored journal of mine, I might just throw some of these in there. But there's black, or no, I guess charcoal gray, sort of. And, I didn't realize there were different sizes. So what is it, Mama, Papa, and Baby? Anyway, so there are those. This, now, to me, okay, this says This is a Stampin' Up. Oh, I paid $2.50. I hope it was good. It says Dust Bunny. Now, to me, I haven't opened this inner thing. It looks like it's sealed. Well, it's still sealed. I'm thinking this looks like tack cloth. So anyone who's ever done any furniture refinishing knows that if you're sanding something down, you've got that fine film of dust, and you want to be able to lift it, not just move it around from place to place. So typically you can buy tack cloths in hardware stores. So I'm obviously not going to open this until I'm going to misplace it, and then I'm going to forget it, and then I'm going to rediscover it, and it'll be like Christmas all over again. Okay, it says removes dust and debris from your project so glue and adhesive stick better. Keeps your fingers and projects clean, durable, and reusable. So, I don't know. I guess when I open it, what I might do is cut it into smaller pieces, because typically we're working on small things, and, you know, not get the whole darn thing dirty. And anyway, I don't know. If you see me using it, you'll know that it was a good buy. Okay, and this also says Stamping Up. It's a plastic. Oh, you know what? That's probably just packaging. So $1.25. Now this is, I thought, pretty cool. It's just all this white paper in a landscape, well, or maybe not landscape, whichever orientation you prefer. Cool cover. But I'm thinking maybe a person would cut this off and be able to use this like as a pocket, because I don't, you know, you wouldn't want that on your cover. And then likewise with this one. Take this off. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, last item are these. Now, I thought they were described luminary, and these were 75 cents. So I thought to get, it doesn't have a flap, so let me cut. So they were, yeah, 75 cents each. Let's just cut into one. So to get something that is, you know, decorated, that's cardstock. This has, are those metal? Metal, little steampunky type thing. So this was stamped. Sunshine in the heart not only warms though their own, thine own, but it also, but all that cares, that comes in contact with it. Yeah, not the greatest stamping, I must say. Ah, okay. So then you've got that window there. Hence the word Lumiere. But of course, we also know that this can be reconstructed, deconstructed, and turn into something quite lovely. Like a ready-made, oh, that's vellum, so it's not going to be that easy to see through, but still. Okay, and on this one, it's basically vellum, no, maybe cardstock paper, cutouts, leaves, and this one is probably the same. Yeah. So, anyway, there's some crafting material here, because, you know, I'm almost out of crafting material. And if you believe that, I have swampland for sale. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, I hope that if you are out and about in the thrift stores, the antique malls, I guess not so many garage sales these days, or at least not in our part of the world, that you have a very productive hunt. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.